Speaking of darkness, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Amphitheater. If you're watching us live, welcome to Hot Takes and Ridiculousness. If you're watching us later, it's they'll still be there. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Happy bi-weekly Thursday. Always excited to be back. Back at it like a bad damn habit. Blood in, blood out. Episode 6, Home Sweet Home. Was getting to some downtime, which for us is never quite downtime. Very exciting, beautiful role playing, and Hannah probably kills an NPC. Let's just be honest about it. Like, that's just the way it goes. It is. Anyway, I am Jacob Plick, Dual King Jacob, here on the internet, one of the co-founders of the Amphitheater, and tonight I'll be playing Teddy. He's the group's hound. He's got a really cool dog named Ollie and a vendetta to resolve. But we'll get more into that stuff in a bit. A couple of Amphitheater-related announcements. First things first, if you've been living under a rock, you may not know that our new Tuesday night D&D campaign at Tal'Dorei Fields of Wonder goes live on Tuesday, the 30th of August at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, wonderfully GM'd by the lovely Philadelphia, the other half of this ridiculousness. And got a wonderful cast, a couple of new faces to the TTRPG space, which is really important to us here. Yeah, I'm really excited to jump in to a world that I know a little bit about and play a character that knows absolutely nothing about it. That's your hint about who and what I'm playing. But of course, on Wednesdays, typically you find us, me, playing some retro video games. We're going to be offline on Wednesday, the 31st, because I will be traveling to London for some work stuff. And then I'll be back next week for more shenanigans as we are pretty much wrapping up Pokemon Fire Red, which is pretty cool. And then we'll got a few different options for games coming up. Final Fantasy 9, maybe a little bit of Super Metroid. Maybe pop back into Sonic and have the absolute scariest sound of video game history, which is Sonic drowning, which is just true. Don't at me. Oh, and also, if you think we're doing pretty good stuff, you should totally tip us and stuff and help us pay this wonderful cast for all the good shit that they do, because they're really cool. All right, enough from moi. And because I'm not the only one here. Like, there's other people hanging out, chilling. Speaking of chilling, the person that we missed super dearly 2 weeks ago that is back with us. Lynn, who are you and who are you playing?
Oh, it's good to be back playing with everyone here. Yeah, I'm Lynn, Gremlin Art, she, they, and I played Nell, they, them. Am I still playing Nell? We'll see. We'll see how this goes. They died and came back last couple times.
They tried to kill me.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Hannah.
Hello, I'm Hannah. She, her. I'm playing Dr. Perdita Glimmerdusk. She is our group's leech. And I just have a fairly healthy interest in your bones. So that's all you really need to know at this point.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Or fortunately, depending on how you feel about your bones, I guess. On the ones and twos, Josh.
Hi, I am, I guess, Josh or Ed Sabrick, whichever one you want to call me. I use he, they pronouns, and tonight I'm playing the group's Lurk, I think? Avanti.
I love that we consistently don't remember our playbooks. It's really funny to me. It's really, really funny to me.
Playbooks don't
I love it. Yeah, because we just do whatever the fuck we want anyway. Isn't that right, Nathan?
What's going on, everybody? I'm Nathan. I use he, him pronouns. I'm the narrator for this crew, and it's kind of like whose line it is it anyway, where the points don't matter, and it doesn't, no one really gives a shit. So half the mechanics we don't use anymore, and it's kind of like, we don't use that. It's all good. We just, again, we use what we need to tell the story we want to tell. We have a good time along the way. Yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. But tonight we're heading into Downtime, which will be episode 6, Home Sweet Home.
right, we are back.
All right.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I was only off by like 4 seconds.
Hey, it's no, nobody's counting. Nobody's counting.
Just count.
So we're going to start downtime tonight again with Blades in the Dark and in the Forge in the Dark system. We have sessions that are scores where we're out in the action, and then we have downtime episodes which are some more RP and some mechanical things like that. We're going to go through our mechanical things, and then we'll get to the RP sessions where people are going to tell what they're going to do for downtime actions. But for now, we're going to try to get through and go through the rules references we have for downtime. First, we start off with payoff, which we haven't really set a coin date, but we said that Skurlock has been giving you all coin each time you've gotten things done. So it's going to be 8 coin, so 2 coin apiece for this one, which is a really good score. Remember, you can use coin in your downtime to increase the efficacy of your rolls or to make something happen. So you're each going to get 2 coin. Make sure you mark that on your sheet. We're going to go through and do XP, which you've been keeping up with your own XP on your attributes, your Insight, Prowess, and Resolve. And as those fill up, you get a pip in one of the things below. We've talked about that before. So if you have those, this is the time to add your pip. You can also add your pips in your playbook advance. Basically, you're going to get 3 more flag slashes for your playbook advance. If that advances you if that completes your playbook XP, then you get another special ability. I think that completes y'all's XP, doesn't it?
That's for me. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, so then if you have something you have in mind and you want to say it, or we can kind of say what happens next time as you introduce whatever this power is. But just think, basically, as you've been fighting, as you've been getting around Duskwall, you have leaned more into your playbook and are learning new things about yourself or about others. We can bring those in, add those back in whenever they come into play next time. Go ahead.
Oh no,
Yes.
I was just saying. I was just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly
Okay.
what I'm gonna do.
All right. And then as a crew, you all will have advanced as well, and your crew advancement. So that means in between now and the next game, we can discuss. You get a crew, you can either choose a crew special ability, and the ones we have out there right now to be chosen are Deadly, which gives you a +1 action rating individually in Hunt, Prowler, Skirmish, Crow's Veil, which means your activities are hidden from the Deathseeker Crows, which don't seem to matter too much in this campaign. No Traces is when you do an Operation Quiet, you still get half the rep, which that definitely doesn't matter in this campaign.
Nope.
Quiet.
Not us.
Predators is when you use stealth or subterfuge to commit murder, take 1 die to the engagement roll. That may be, and then there's one about Vipers. But I honestly think we probably should look at the last one, which is Veteran, which allows us to pick something from another playbook. So what I'll do in the next couple of days is I'll go through the playbooks and see if there's anything that seems to kind of speak to me as well as you all on what you all might like, and you can make your choice from there. If you don't want another special ability, you can always choose 2 boxes in the crew upgrades instead, which means you're going to get, like you could get a carriage or a boat or quality docks or something else like that. Not a big deal, but we can discuss that offline. That just means if you choose some of those things, that's Lord Skurlock basically allowing you or providing you some more with those things. So all right, so those are those things. Now to the fun part. Heat.
Strategic drinking pause. We love that for you.
Our plucky little crew is currently at wanted level 1, which means that if they were to be roused by the Bluecoats or by Victor's crew, which is kind of taking over the Bluecoats' normal routines and prowling, they might be harassed a little bit. It's kind of like having just a misdemeanor, no big deal. Hey, somebody wants to talk to you. They also have 1 flag marked in heat already, and now we're going to add to it.
Yeah, we are.
So again, to go over the things, 0 heat is smooth and quiet, low exposure. That ain't it. 2 heat is contained, standard exposure. I don't think that's it. 4 heat is loud and chaotic, high exposure. And 6 heat is wild, devastating exposure. Um,
5.
I think this is 4 to
Is there a
start.
higher level than that?
Right. Well,
I mean, what is it exactly for a sinkhole in the middle
Right.
of the prison yard?
That's a great question.
the thing is, had it been a sinkhole in the middle of Night Market, a sinkhole in the middle of any of the districts, I think it would be probably more. Like I would probably just go ahead and bump it up
Nobody
to
gives a
8 or
shit
10.
about the people in this prison.
But it's the prison, so it is contained from that respect.
Sure.
So we're going to go with 4 loud and chaotic high exposure to start. Add +1 heat if there was a high profile or well connected target. That we're going to add 1, so we're at 5. Add +1 heat if the situation happened on hostile turf. Yes, that's 6. Add +1 heat if you're at war. Yes.
Oh yeah,
that's
we're at war
7.
definitely.
And we're low to level 2 now.
Add +2 heat if killing was involved. That's 9.
Every time. Yeah.
That's without question.
I mean,
So if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken, we're at level 1 to 2 with 2 heat now. Is that correct?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I show 8 more in this level if I'm counting right. 9.
Lot.
So it should be your wanted level 2 with, I think it's 1 heat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. And then 1 more heat. Yeah. So you basically ran a whole rail of heat.
Nice.
We ran a whole rail of heat.
Yep. That's
It sounds like the most
Hey.
drugged out.
dude,
like-
it's like we're the Blades in the Dark version of Coke. I love that.
this is like a Duskfall Psycho. Like,
Man,
Not
I might
American
need-
Psycho.
I might need to
Duskfall
make a shirt
Psycho.
of that.
Not that far. Oh, we are.
I mean,
No.
we're pretty up there.
Yeah.
Let's look up wanted level just so we can kind of remind ourselves what
Certainly.
that is.
God.
Wanted level.
Are we at? We're at 1, right?
You were at 1, now you're
Okay,
at 2.
we're definitely we're.
Yeah.
So your wanted level at level 2 is basically would be several months in jail if you're to be caught.
what's the wanted level for execution?
But we blew up the jail, so
That's
it's-
wanted level 4.
Yeah, the
Okay,
jail
sure.
doesn't. The jail
Yeah,
has
there,
a sinkhole
there isn't
now.
a jail, but there's the gallows. The gallows
Yeah.
are still there.
I mean, yeah,
in
they
the middle
might,
of
they
town.
might just
Thank God for
expedite the
that.
Process. Yeah, it's like,
So,
So much for due process, eh?
what you can do is we can leave it as is, and I can start putting those elements into the story a little bit more. Or someone can choose to reduce heat as a downtime action and roll to see if you can reduce the heat, which would bring it back down to 1 to level 1 or whatever if you are able to reduce it enough. So that is an option. I don't think any of you are going to take that option if I'm just betting. But we'll see.
I'm too
Not my
fucked up
job
to take
anymore.
that.
Right. Yeah.
Wait, what option?
Reduce heat. That is an option
Oh.
for downtime.
Yeah. Nah. Like, let's just be
Um,
honest. That's.
I don't see. Yeah. I'm not really looking that one up right
It's
now.
like
I feel like.
I have 2
That's not
harm and
really-
like 9 stress, so no, probably not gonna take that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think none of us are the responsible enough to like try and like,
Spend the time to reduce
like
heat.
put
We got
out the
business.
fire that we started
Yeah.
ourselves.
I don't see that being what the case here.
Yeah, it's we're putting out our own fire. Nah, that ain't us.
And we've agreed that we're not going to use entanglements like the downtime rules usually call for because
have
y'all are
enemies.
entangled enough with everything else that's going on.
Can we use an action to raise our wanted level?
Well, of course. Yeah, for sure.
Someone's playing Grand Theft Auto 3 right now. Let's
No.
go.
We'd gladly allow
I
that.
would like a helicopter, please,
Yeah.
so that I can shoot it down with a rocket.
It's gonna be like Vice City up in this place. So.
Yeah.
For real.
So we can start our downtime actions. We'll go around. Each person will say their downtime, what they're going to do. If there's any scenes that need to happen between characters, any scenes that need to happen between the GM and a character, this is where we'll usually have that kind of thing. But we're going to kind of go back to, again, Night Market, that high rise that Scarlock owns. And at the top is the penthouse, so to speak, of the crew's hideout, and this is where they're all gathered at some point in time. If we remember correctly, Nell was last seen dying, coming back to life, snatching a guard, and going over top the wall, crawling over top the wall,
That
spider
sounds about
style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of out of place did not come back with the crew, and you all have spent a couple of days just basically in your rooms, trying to kind of
Recouping.
lick your wounds and just do whatever you can. So if we were to kind of go back in, who wants to start with the downtime session? Who wants to go first?
I hate to volunteer somebody, but I feel like Lynn's got to go first.
Yep. Fine. Yes.
We got to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Us as,
Right.
not us as characters, us as players. I'm like, I need to know now. That's my vote.
So
More
when
than
you
happy.
all got back to the hideout, there was no trace that Nell had come through the front door. No trace that they kind of moved their way through. And the door was locked with something pushed up against it. So as you tried to kind of like peer in to see if they happened to be in the room, you couldn't actually budge the door. And so it's been a couple of days, 2-3 days probably now. And Lynn, I'll let you tell us what happens.
I think what happens is somebody probably, we're just standing at the window, just like no one's there, just like if someone wants to oh, they're back.
I'll play ball. I'll totally play ball on that.
Alright.
And he's probably coming back in from like a walk. From Teddy's probably coming back in from like a walk with Ollie. And so what? Like, and I think it would just be absentmindedly. Like, are you like on the other side of the window, like floating, or like?
No, just standing, but just incredibly still.
But you're inside the space.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll raise a pistol.
So you see Nell, not as like unusually postured. They're standing straight up, looking out the window. The matted, kind of greasy black hair has turned white, and it looks like they have cut off a good portion of it, so it sits just at the shoulders. And they look at you with those new shark, just black voids of eyes, like, oh, you're back.
Speak for yourself. What are you talking about? I'm back. You're dead. And then you tried to kill me. And then now you're just like here in whatever this is.
Oh, that's what happened. We are sorry. You come back disoriented, and we don't remember.
Oh, well, that's good, I guess.
You weren't hurt, weren't you? We didn't hear it hurt you.
No, because I shot you.
Oh, that's what that hole is.
Yeah.
And you look, and there it's like, it's fine. Like, there's no...
Glad to see it's healing okay.
Flesh does, as it's told. And it's healed up.
You know, I am not one to mince words, but I'm kind of on the opposite of the situation. What the fuck?
Oh, Oh, you mean what happened with us, right? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, is anyone else home? Just like knocks on like.
Oh, you don't leave me alone with this, whatever this is.
Perdita and Lavender would definitely like emerge as soon as we could hear Teddy in distress. But definitely like, I feel like it would be definitely stopping Lavender from being like, what's happening? What's happening right here? And so just gonna be like, hey, what's happening?
Avanti, where are you at in this situation?
Almost like Avanti probably like walk in with like a drink and be like, no, and then just like walk back out again.
I love that so much. Like, huh?
Someone will
Not
tell you
interested.
eventually, just not
Yeah.
now. Just,
Okay, so
Like,
Avanti, you walk in from like the kitchen or like out somewhere?
I'd say like walking in from the kitchen. You know, I'm fucked up. Like, you know, I'm tore from head to toe.
Yeah.
Got this drink in my hand. I'm seeing like these devil black eyes looking back out through the window towards us, and it's like, no, and just like walking right back out the room again.
Amazing.
All right. Yeah. Perdita, Lavender looks at them and says, I saw you climb. You went climbing up the thing there.
oh yes, that's something that we can do now. I guess. Still trying to figure out the limits of this body.
Are you hurt? Or are you okay?
Hello, doctor. We have never felt better.
Okay.
Oh, we
Do
have
you
some things
need-
for you though.
Do you need to examine you or anything?
If you wish.
No, if you wish. That's it.
Okay.
But we do have a body for you if you want one. It's a little old, but
Is it how normal body? New body? What kind of body are we talking?
they'll walk into the room and just like drag out it looks like an old man, but it's wearing like guard uniform. It's like, I think we've taken all that we can take from this. It's all yours.
Lavender would 100% sit down and start like measuring like his extremities and being like, I think we don't need one this long. And she might measure the circumference of his head and, you know, things like that. Perdita would definitely be like keeping an eye on the situation, but letting like you and Teddy figure out how good you are. Just kind of be a chaperone, sort of. Make sure nobody else gets shot.
Yeah, his pistol's still at like out, like not like slightly like sort of down, not quite out in front, but to his side. Okay, so let's roll back time for a second. Also, that's I mean, that's neither here nor there. We've had bodies of plenty, I feel like, so I'm used to that by now. So you got shot, you died right in front of me, you came back, you tried to kill me, I shot you, you fucked off.
Yes.
So what happened between you fucking off and now?
Oh, we came back here and we fed
So who's that guy?
the guard.
Oh, well, there's that, I guess. Yeah, makes sense.
At this
Guard.
point, his flesh has definitely been detached from his skull, just so we're all
That's
clear.
fine, yeah.
Okay, great.
And Avanti walks back in with his drink and looks at the new scene and just definitely not going to have anything of this to do with it. Walks back out again.
But
Like,
it's-
is he like Kramering like from like the hallway outside of the apartment back in, or is his bedroom?
Oh yeah, it's like from like he went from the kitchen out
Okay.
to the hallway, like adjusted himself, like, okay, we can handle this. Goes back in and sees an even more grisly scene than when he walked in the first time.
I love that.
Yeah, no, we're not having any of this.
Perdita would call out after him, I put newspaper down.
Lavender looks up at you, Doctor, and says, there's no wound. There's no, what did he die of?
Oh,
Like,
that's
look-
a long look at her. I have no clue what this guy died of.
Yeah, looks at you and then looks at who Nell used to be and says, how'd he die?
Oh, we took his ears from him.
You took his ear? His
Ears.
years?
Yes, years of
How
his
do you
life.
take someone's years?
Like you feed on someone's soul, that sort of thing.
You ate his soul?
Not entirely. Parts of it.
I think she looks at you, Perdita, and goes, oh.
Like, if that lamp, if it's not powered by anything, it dies. And that's what I took. That's what we took from him.
Hey, Avanti? You got anything to drink in there?
I have a whole plethora of things. More than welcome to come join me.
I mean, yeah, okay. I'll be right back. And he will go and open up Avanti's door. You really should be a part of this conversation. Like, as a collective group, this really weird shit is just like, I know it's fucked up. You didn't even shoot her. I shot her. I shot them.
What part do I need to be a part of exactly is?
Figuring out what happened and like what happens next.
Do I really need to know what happened? I don't think that I do.
I mean, from an educational perspective, it might be smart, especially with your background.
Oh, what is my background exactly?
I
Pertaining to this?
You're
I-
not an expert in what you do.
I shoot things I bump around. I don't eat souls. I don't, cut flesh. Try to make puppets out of it or anything like that. I really don't see where my expertise comes in any of this.
Oh wow, you really are uncomfortable about this. That's amazing. Wow.
I was a criminal and I wasn't a butcher.
I mean, apples to apples.
I don't think that's how it works now.
Still a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, I don't even have glasses at this point. It's just bottles
Take
open.
this bottle here.
Not a problem for him, and he'll just, well, you change your mind, and he sends it back around. So
Just like one of those kid things. You're like, fine, and sort of follows out with the bottle.
amazing.
But just stands in the doorway, just watching, because you can GTFO at any point.
So you said we.
Yes.
Are we supposed to call you something different?
I suppose. Yes, I guess. But
Or wait a second, was Nella always a we? And we just I mean, I knew about the differences and stuff, but I'm just
oh, it's more descriptive now than metaphorical than what we said earlier.
So is
You
this
do
like
want to
an-
know, since you were the person that was attacked,
yeah,
if we're still Nell, right?
yeah.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Nell is still here, but
What's going to stop you from, I don't know, eating one of us in the future? It sounds like you were pretty damn close the last time.
oh, we were. It's like when you wake someone from sleepwalking. It's that moment of panic.
Not quite. I wouldn't
Disorientation.
point blank shoot someone that was sleepwalking in the face.
Yeah, I'd be more worried about stubbing my toe or something, not really about
Right,
eating someone's
yeah.
soul.
I think we need to work on the escalation point we're talking about here.
So if you aren't Nell, then do we call you Nell or not Nell?
No, I think choir sounds more appropriate.
Choir?
Yes,
This is all normal.
descriptive, as we
How many
said.
of you are in there?
Used to be.
That pause is not good. That's
Used to be
that pause is not good.
23, but 1 now. That's what the process did. That's what we worked on, was to make us 1, including Nell, who was, in architectural terms, the scaffolding foundation of it. We're still here, but we're something else.
Like walk over to like Teddy, like, did she just eat so many people that she's just becoming many people at once, or
Didn't
is
I
this
didn't even consider that as a possibility until just now.
is this like split personality, or just she just keeps devouring people and all of a sudden new personality?
Oh no, we're 1 personality, but we have a combination of everyone.
So including that guy, pointing at the now fleshless.
Oh
corpse.
no.
Oh.
We consumed him.
I see. So is it like you? So how did you be? Okay, how did you become 23?
Think of it as cooperative. All my spirits, all of our spirits, us, we think of it as cooperative possession.
Oh,
Did this all just start with Nell and then like, hey, Mr. Spirit, come into my body, let's share a space, and then
I think this is where the camera pans to what was Nell's room and all the spirit jars that were kind of everywhere. The camera would show one. There's a wind that's coming from somewhere else through the room into where you all are, and those spirit bottles and jars have been broken and smashed, all on the ground. And there's a large space in the middle that has been meticulously swept clean and pushed to the side. But up against the side of the room, all around the room, are all those jars that have been destroyed.
that makes sense.
Oh, I see that you're confused, so I will say something that Nell was lonely. Nell lost their sister. Nell found books, communicated with spirits, and cooperated with them to help them get a new life and avoid the maddening wasting away of post-death, a second worse death that some of us have experienced over years. So they worked, making their spirit more pliable to possession, making the body more accepting of it, until the point where, under great trauma, spirits coalesced into one, which was incomplete until the body died. And that spirit reacquired this. We reacquired this. So what we are telling you is, we took a different route, but we are like him now. Pointing at the room.
I mean, I shockingly, I get it.
I don't get it. No.
I get the reasoning, even though seems a bit much.
Are you just jumping from vessel to vessel? Is that?
No, this is our home.
But if that vessel's dead, then what happens? I mean, I guess this vessel's dead. I don't know. You shot it. It's still standing. Maybe it's not dead. I don't know.
That's a good point.
No, we are here. This is our home. We control it. That's
Oh.
what we want. And
So
we
wait
kinda
a second.
it.
Because I remember vividly, Nell spun around, smiled, and then got shot. Was that on purpose?
It would have happened eventually if not for trauma injury. The body would have wasted away at some point. Better now than later.
They were really hurt.
Do you need more?
Hmm?
Do you need more?
No, no more.
It's like leaning down to look like where the shot was. Like, no one heals that quickly.
Yeah, what happens if you get shot again?
We heal. The flesh is more persuaded. Like I said, it does what it's told. Heals itself.
You
Does things.
you
that
all
we couldn't
will
do
it.
before. Yes.
Heal.
I think
Think of it
Lavender would lean
as-
forward and like, are we still friends?
Yes. We are still friends.
Okay, cool.
Pointing to everyone.
Are we friends with every one of you, or just the one of you?
Oh,
Yeah, what if we
all of
don't like
us.
number 17 or something?
Yeah, I mean,
Avanti would smack,
There is-
Perdita would smack the shit out of Avanti
There is
for being
no
like, are we friends with all of you?
17,
Like that's so
20.
like,
what? I'm just trying to understand.
There is only us now. Although
don't be insensitive.
I'm trying to be insensitive. I'm
Multiple.
trying to understand.
Be polite about it.
It's not like every day someone walks in and says, "Hey, there's 27 of us in one body."
Maybe they can't. They don't want to tell you that. Be nice.
don't think of it as 27. Think about it as one that has lived 27 times.
I'm not drunk enough for this. I'm sorry.
Well, then,
I'm intrigued and fascinated.
I am very intrigued. Just don't understand it. That's all. I mean, call me simple, I suppose, but I'm not exactly into the what do you say, dark arts and you know, witches and vampires and all this stuff. I'm
oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. That last one.
vampires.
Yes. Simply, if that's going to be something that we can get some layer of understanding on, that'll be it.
But that is what Skurlock is it not?
Yes.
Oh.
Like, remember, we thought we were, like, he turned us all into vampires.
Oh, don't say that, please.
It's no.
Well, we're
you're
not.
You're not dead, so you're not dead reanimated corpses or souls reanimating bodies, so you don't have to worry about that. Unless you want to.
I have never had the
it
desire to do
takes-
that. No.
It takes years, decades maybe in some of your cases, but I think if you really wanted it,
No. Can't say that I have.
Considering what we're trying to do, it's likely we only have days anyway, so I don't know about all that.
We can put that on the back burner, you know. Maybe one time, crazy party. Oh, it's all become vampires. We'll talk about it then.
Now that I'm not drunk enough for.
As you all look at Choir, you see they haven't breathed. There's no breath. They also haven't blinked. The muscle twitches you see in normal people, just kind of like shifting or moving, that's not there. They are standing absolutely still when they want to stand absolutely still. So it is, now that you have heard the word vampire, now that you have seen them up close, you do see a difference in their movements and how things go. It is very much more purposeful as their hand reaches out and like strokes the glass, or as it points towards you with the elongated fingers. You can definitely see the movement is different. It's smoother, not human-like. There's no hesitation. There is the movement for movement's sake.
You know, if I and Choir, like I'm sure you've got things that you want to do, but selfishly, I feel like this is a net win.
Good. Well, we also think so.
So what the fuck do you want then? Like what? Because you could have just been gone and done your thing. Why are you here?
Oh, it's a little to live, to do things we couldn't do in life.
That puts like big, like has this like really like not worrying, but like thoughtful frown. Did none of you ever lived before now?
Not really, no. But with the ability to do things that we wished we could. What we're doing
So-
now.
You want to live, and I'm sure you know that we're trying to make sure that people don't do that.
Yes,
So you're in line with that?
of course.
You say that so flippantly, though. You just died and came back. What are you talking about?
Oh, we could not wait for this to happen. We waited so long, and now that it's here, we just wish to enjoy it. And do not be worried. Multiple of the previous spirits liked a whole bunch of you, so
Glad that they have enough information to have an
you
opinion.
should also get this off. Your mother's not in here.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm.
What?
No.
What did you say?
I did not even consider that, and whew, that's okay.
Oh, we're just going to ignore the fact that just was said.
I'm gonna have a seat now.
Not enough alcohol.
Oh yeah, because none of the other characters were part of the conversation that Nell and Teddy had
Yeah.
about Teddy's mother,
Right.
and probably no one said anything. I don't see it being shared
No, why would
openly
we?
before
No.
that.
No.
Nell really wanted to, but the wisest amongst us decided no, there might be some resentment in there, so we erred on the side of caution with that one.
Yeah. If that was the case, I would have definitely shot you again. So you made the right decision.
Then we're on the same page then. Good. This is a much easier orientation than I was expecting with you all.
I mean, yeah, considering I've only really threatened you to kill you 3 times in the last 10 minutes, and that's better than you were anticipating.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that tracks.
I mean, all of your capacity for violence is quite strong, so as is us. So you always hope for the best.
Also, I guess since we're talking about it, Nell and I went to go see if my mom was still around, and she's not. So yeah, that's why that all happened. So there you go.
I do not like these matter-of-fact statements you will continue to make.
Well, I mean, it's more like catching you up on the thing that happened than anything else.
Again, it's like something I did not need to know, you know?
Oh, you weren't really curious about why Choir said that at all?
I just don't
Not
know
at
why.
all.
I don't know why they said it to begin with. That's all.
Ah, well,
Take 3 stress.
I'm very stressed out right now. Everything's it's all
Avanti
normal.
takes-
I don't know.
Avanti just takes one more stress just because of the headache.
I've got 27 people inside of me. I have to collect bones. Like what?
You just equated them as being the same thing?
No, it's a step. You know, it's a step. Step into crazy.
I don't know if that's a lot of steps. 27.
That's
Actually, it's 24, right? 24 of them.
I don't know. Tomorrow it could be 30 at this rate. I don't know.
You're comparing academic research to like multi-spirit possession.
Yeah, but I think you both have the same passion for it, you know?
Oh, that's right. Oh, doctor, if you really want to know, knowing that you are an academic, I can show you the materials. let me know what you're working on as well. I'm curious.
course.
Very curious.
Of course. Don't tell Avante we were talking about him. He might get insecure.
All right. So it looks like this is where we need to start doing downtime episodes.
That was fucking awesome.
It's like I
all of
shifted to the
that.
ghost field and I'm the most normal fucking person here.
I know. You're the
Our-
straight man
yes.
in all this.
Yeah, our new character is named Choir. They them,
Amazing.
Very, very much. They
and they, for those playing at home, they have the Vampire Playbook, which is a playbook you can run into. You can run into several different after life type playbooks, including Hull, Ghost, and Vampire. And Lynn and I talked early, and they knew that we wanted Nell to eventually become a vampire, so we've kind of orchestrated that along the way.
No shit.
This was. I think I said something in our session zero. Like, I want to be a vampire.
Yeah, you did.
yeah.
I remember that specifically.
I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have led with that, but
Oh, so
It's still
funny.
a great time. It's cool. So the vampire plays very different.
yes,
They don't have the same trauma responses. They have to choose traumas ahead of time.
Yeah.
They get enough traumas with powers. So do you want to tell us a little bit about the powers, or you want to wait till they come up?
Oh,
I'll let you-
we can wait that, but I can share. I can share the traumas I picked.
Yeah.
had to pick four
Let's
of
do
them.
that.
Cool.
Yeah, let's do that.
Haunted, obsessed, unstable, and vicious.
So nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
That's a bunch of there's a
Right.
bunch of
But the
more
thing
of
is,
you.
look, I can
we,
gain
we need to
XP from
make
them
up
now.
traumas at this point because
Right,
these traumas
exactly.
are-
I love that we talked about that last game, and then Liz over here
Personality
like,
traits.
just wait, you motherfuckers, you ain't even ready for me yet.
Yeah, when I asked Lynn originally about the traumas, she said, "Oh, I got him. Don't worry about it." It was like instantly picking him. I was like, "Oh yeah, that,
No, don't worry about it.
I
Yeah,
don't
that
know
makes
a lot
sense.
about the vampire playbook
it makes
Oh,
sense."
so
trauma
funny.
stats are
Um,
personality traits. So
that you can get
Vamp-
XP from.
Vampire.
Mechanically, it's
Yeah, you gain XP from doing that kind of stuff. You also have a way to each vampire feeds differently. It's
Yeah.
not like the old blood. It's not like our Legends of Blood. Skurlock feeds one way, and different vampires feed different ways. Lynn and I got to talking, and Choir is going to feed from age, from actually like life force from people. So I guess if you wake up one day and you don't feel as good as what you normally would, well, we'll see what happens.
It's
All
gonna
right.
be, it's gonna be years of paranoia. It's like I feel like my back hurts. No.
Am I
If you're
a
around each
vampire?
other, middle age, you'd be like, damn, every day I know Choir's taken from me.
Yeah, I'm literally gonna text Lynn. I'm just like, we're at PAX U 2029. You've been playing the long game. I'm only 40.
Yeah. Ever since I've been talking about it, I feel worse and worse every day. So I think Choir's been getting
LOL.
me.
Damn.
All right. So who wants to start with downtime actions? And if I remember one thing from your playbook, you get an extra downtime action. Yes.
That's not something. That's a power I can have.
Okay.
No, the thing is that I think the thing that's special is the feeding. The feeding takes place of both healing and stress.
Yeah. Trauma reduction or stress reduction, like you
I
said.
just have to eat people.
Eat people's life
No big-
force. No big
No
deal.
big deal.
No big deal.
No.
All right. Who's up first with a downtime action?
I have a quick just de-stress is all I have.
Okay.
I don't have to role play anything. We don't have to. It's just
Yep. So let's if you're going to reduce stress, yeah.
yes. I hope I reduce.
So what are you at now?
real.
What are you at currently?
9.
9. Okay. So you're going to choose the column that has the least amount of pips and roll against that.
Oh, fun.
And what is Ivanti's vice?
Luxury.
Luxury. Okay. Six. All right. So there's no way you're going to overindulge at this point in time because you're at 9. So you're going to reduce from 9 to 3.
Awesome.
Okay, so that's an easy one right there. Who's next?
I got some healing to do. I have 2 more thingies on my progress clock for this is a healing. And I recall last time our good friend sent me to somebody to help with that.
Correct. And I believe we rolled, is it 2d6 last time, I think?
I think you're right.
Okay. So remember, you can roll 2d6 and we'll take the highest.
Doke. Incredible.
Oh.
So do you want to spend? You can spend a coin one of 2 ways. You can spend a coin to upgrade that from 1 pip to 2, or you can spend a coin to just totally re-roll it.
I'll re-roll it.
Okay, so just remove a coin.
Yeah.
I like to do the re-rolls as options as well.
Yeah, why not? Okay, let's try that again.
So yeah, a coin can get you upgrades
There
on.
you
It
go.
could get you a reroll, it could get you upgrades, or it could get you another downtime action. All right, so 4 is, I think 4 is 2. 1 to 3. Make sure I get that correct because I want to make sure you get your. You have how many left?
I'm at 9 then.
No, healing wise, what do you at
Oh,
your
2.
clock? 2. Okay. Okay, so 4 to 5 is 2 segments. So 1 to 3 is 1 segment, 4 to 5 is 2 segments, 6 is 3 segments,
Cool.
and a crit is 5. So you'll fill up your clock, erase it all, and move everything down 1 whole level. So
only
what
had
were you? What were, you only had 1,
My rib was broken.
and that was a level what?
Correct. 1.
It was a level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're totally erased everything now.
I'm clear. Yeah.
Okay, clear. All right. So Lynn or Hannah, who wants to go next?
I will say real quick.
Yep.
I think that I would be remiss if I didn't ask the physiker about if they've heard of or seen my dear friend.
Genevieve. It sounds like a downtime action. Sounds like
that's fine.
somebody trying to gather information.
That's fine.
I think that they
Just
have,
conversation. I don't need a.
in passing conversation.
Yeah.
They have not. You can use an entire downtime to gain information about them if you
Certainly.
choose, but if not, they wouldn't have heard of them. They're more underground, and Genevieve has gone kind of like mainstream.
No, that's totally fine.
Okay.
That's totally fine. He's not trying to gain
Yeah.
information.
Yeah,
It's
that's
more
what I
out
figured.
of curiosity. Like I said, he's in it for the long haul.
They did say, but they've also said that they have seen an increase in wounds from long guns. Like people have been coming to them with
Oh, that's
injuries of being shot from longer ranges. They will give you that piece of information.
how many this week?
3 this week, all arm shots. I don't really understand, but it's the same place in the shoulder.
Really?
3 different times. Yeah, 3. I mean, people just doing their job, and she kind of gives you in Shadowrun, it'd be the Shadowrun nod. But here it's kind of like that, they were doing their jobs. But yeah, one on the docks, one in the in Night Market along the river, and the other they wouldn't say where they were, but all 3 in the shoulder.
Did Nugget shot through the shoulder?
Yes.
Thanks for your help, Doc.
No problem. Thank you. And kind of scoops the coin up and like you're never there. All right.
Yeah, well, I think like timeline wise, it would be really fantastic for like that's what he went on. He was on the walk with Ollie, did this, and then came back to
Yeah.
that.
To break loose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like what the fuck? Yeah, perfect.
All right.
I'm good.
Hannah or Choir or Lynn.
I need to deal with my trauma.
Okay.
The level 2 trauma from the tower falling.
Mm-hmm. So you have a trauma, which is basically erases your stress all the way. And what trauma did you choose at that point in time?
I didn't.
Okay.
I don't know what trauma I should choose.
I
I've never
mean,
had a trauma before.
Okay. So a trauma is one of, what is it?
I know
8 different things?
I know what they
Yeah.
are. I just don't. I've never had to pick one before.
I was just making sure the audience knew what they were. I know you know.
Well, I mean, like, because I mean, Josh made the whole joke about how like all the traumas are like my personality.
Yeah.
As Perdita,
So-
not like me as Anna.
So what a
but-
trauma is when you mechanically speaking, when you get 4 traumas, you can no longer play this character. This character has become too uncontrollable. So you do mark a trauma flag. You choose a trauma, and you can lean into that trauma as much or as little as you like. There is no requirement to lean into it. There's no requirement to change your personality or anything like that. You do gain experience by leaning into your trauma, but this can be as less or nothing as what you want it, as much or nothing as what you want to be. So if you want to show that trauma like on camera, on gaining that, that's perfectly fine. Tell us what happened. Or if you just want to say, Perdita has a trauma of this, and we move on, you're more than welcome to do either one of those things.
I actually do think, if I remember right, we did this because I think I selected vicious, and
I remember that now.
That sounds
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So vicious trauma, that's taken care of. We don't have to do anything else about that.
No, and then cut out all your stress.
I did.
Okay, so you're good to go.
So I need another like a real downtime activity, or like
after this. Yeah, you will.
Over.
So I mean, just do you have any like harm or train or gather information? If you could choose to gather information, basically we'll use it later on in other sessions if you want.
Roll. When he just died on me, what I would do is find out more information about Marcus Strangleford.
Okay, absolutely. So if you want to tell me, what would you be using to do that? What attribute would you be rolling to use that?
I am pulling it up right now. We would be studying.
Okay. And what we did for gather information last time when we did it like this is if you get 1 to 3 is 1 question, 4 to 5 is 2 questions, 6 is 3 questions. You ask me any question and I give you the honest, truthful answer to that question whenever you want. And that could be now, that could be in the next session, anything like that. It will not change you cannot use it to change the outcome of something, but you can ask a question and I'll give you as much information as what we can about it.
Okay. But I can just put all those in my back pocket.
Yep, exactly. So go ahead and roll your study so we know how many you have, and you have them in your back pocket. Just put it in the notes section or whatever you want to do. We'll go from there. So 4. So 2 questions. So you can ask me 2 questions anytime. I'll give you the answers.
Sweet.
All right, Lynn, what does downtime look like for a vampire?
Let me got the feeding out of the way. Possibilities. I think one of the first things I think that Choir would do is see if they can inquire on. They want to enjoy stuff, and they would like to walk around being not just Choir. So I think they're going to start a project of, getting some legit identification.
Okay. That's pretty easy to come by. So I'm going to say it's a 4-turn clock.
Okay.
I think it's pretty easy. You all know contacts. It's just a matter of getting some time together to do that.
Yeah.
So if you want to roll, what attribute are you going to use to roll to add to that clock?
Let's do study, I think, will do that.
Okay,
Like,
yep,
I think
study works.
they're going to kind of like take a hold of some of the pressure spirits that used to be
Mhm.
in their like little menagerie, and if there's anyone they can call up for assistance in that way.
When you call for spirits, one, it feels totally different. If I remember correctly, you have an ability to talk to spirits, and what
I don't have that anymore.
you
I think
change.
I think they're just like kind of like searching in their own memory.
Mhm.
It's more of a process. So when I think if they're trying to find something, they'll just kind of like zone out for
Okay.
something
Okay.
longer.
So you're not actually talking to other spirits. You're trying to find it within your own memory, like
Yeah.
within their own recesses. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. All right.
Yeah.
So let's roll up the study.
All right.
Again, 1 to 3 is 1, 4 to
Yeah.
5 is 2. You also have coin. You can push it up a level or re-roll.
Yeah, we have coin. Let's use some coin.
Okay.
All right. Would that that's just for effect. What was it? Great effect.
No, it's standard effect. But what
Right,
we'll
with the
do is the
coin.
coin will automatically push it up to the next level, no matter
Okay,
what.
Let's do it. All right. Let's
Yep.
just figure out.
6.
Okay.
Boom, it's done. All 4, easily gotten. So I think within the recesses of your brain, you know what contacts you need to make, and getting a new identity and getting kind of verified as a new identity is easy. And we can share that next time, next episode, so to speak.
Definitely.
But yeah,
Definitely Taikarosi too.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, it's-
Absolutely. Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
of the stranger behavior can be written off as they're just Taikarosi.
Yeah. Just a little bit of
They're
demon
not a
possession. No big
corpse.
deal.
They're not a walking corpse or
Just
anything
a-
like that. Just
I mean, that's the going thing about Taikarosi supposedly is there's demon blood somewhere way back, and that's no big deal. It's totally fine. It's expected even. All right. Teddy, we're back around to you for the second. No, was it? No, it was Ivanti for the second one. Real quick.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm pretty fucked up, to say the least.
On healing.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you currently have for harms?
I have a level 1 and a level 2.
Okay. And do you have anything on your healing clock?
I do not.
Okay. So would you like to use healing?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
We have a physicker in our group, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
We have you've been given the contacts of a physicker, which would be a 2d6 physicker.
Okay.
And then again, you can use the coin to upgrade to the next level or to re-roll, depending on what your roll ends up being.
Do I use the coin now or after
Nope.
the roll?
Yep, after the roll.
Perfect. Okay, so healing, I get 2 dice.
Yep.
6 and a 2.
6. So a 6 is three sections of the 4-part clock. If you use a coin, you actually will go all the way to 5, which means you'll totally reduce. You'll take your 2 down to 1. Your level 2 harm will be a level 1 harm, and you'll have 1 section of your healing wheel already set to go for that one as well.
Okay, I will do that then. I have a level 1 harm already, so I just have 2 level 1 harms now?
No, so the level 1 harm gets erased.
Okay.
The level 2 harm goes down to a level 1 harm.
Okay.
They all like totally shift down.
I gotcha. Okay. Could I do this in contrast with like a Perdita meeting?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you'll.
Because I think this would be kind of funny in my head. Because she handed me a bunch of like herbs and stuff, I believe, when we were leaving the prison.
Yep.
So, sort of like approaches her, looking quite queasy at this point. Says, I took all the herbs that you gave me, I made a tea and drank them, and afterwards I thought, I probably should have made a poultice out of it. I don't know what I was thinking. But I feel like hell now.
You ingested all of them at the same time?
Yeah, I wasn't not thinking. I said I probably should have made poultice out of it afterwards. I don't know why I do not follow instructions very well, apparently.
she's just gonna stare at you and be like, "Wow, really surprised you're not dead."
Like, what? What?
I mean, it shouldn't have killed you, but given how upset you are. Okay. Let's try this again. What's wrong with you exactly?
I was crushed by a large rock, so I would say, broken things.
Broken bones?
Uh, Most likely. So like sort of like shows like his arm. It's like
Oh,
bent
it's
little-
Definitely
it's-
bent
it's-
weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's discolor, like the discoloration is set in. It's
Some-
not, yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to flex my fingers.
Do you want me to try to heal you, or do you want me to give you more herbs?
I don't know that herbs are going to help at this point.
Can I give him Leviathan blood? Will that heal him?
I don't know. I don't know that there's anything that says what it actually does.
I know, and so I feel like that's always been like kind of a mystery.
Will you be telling him it's Leviathan blood?
Absolutely not. Why would I tell him that?
Okay, so player to player, Josh, are you
Josh.
okay if Perdita gives you Leviathan blood?
Oh, hell yeah, I am.
Okay. Again, if there's ever in doubt between two players, we want to make sure that both sides are consenting and we're okay with this. Holy cow.
Destroy my character any way you want to.
What can I do?
Plan on it.
Become strange like the rest of us.
So yeah, I think how do you give him the blood where Avanti would not know?
She would make a paste effectively with the Leviathan blood and cut open like his arm and like pack it inside on his muscles and just kind of be like, I like your bones. Why are you, Nate? Why are you reacting?
Fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
God.
How does that go through your mind? Like I thought you were gonna make a poultice or a powder or
Your bones.
a freaking milkshake out of it, but you're like, no, that's not what I do. Holy shit. You are Perdita.
It's like put like
Nothing.
like a butter or paste under like a chicken skin or something.
Right, yeah.
It's like
I'm basting this bone for later.
I fucking love y'all so much.
I mean, seriously, how you're like, you know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, that's
Well,
happening.
I can't just reset the bone, and it's not like I'm gonna have the
Yeah,
tools.
not in a
and
magic land. Yeah, totally. In a
I'm
land
not
of
gonna have-
demons and ghosts. Totally.
we have none of our resources. I don't have any
Yeah.
of my equipment.
Yeah.
Like, what am I gonna do?
You know
So-
a guy.
Last thing, this is the only option.
Experimental medicine.
Josh, the only option was her to actually cut you open and pack this down into you like a sardine can.
Incredible.
Yeah.
like the whole time he's like thinking,
Hold on.
how is this
Hold
not
on.
making things worse? But
Bad.
But
Okay,
letting
but
it
in the-
happen anyway.
But in the time we have spent arguing about it and you have doubted my methods, your bones have healed. So fuck off, all of you. His bones are fine. Thank you.
Demon.
Are they?
yeah, or they. I mean,
Are they fine?
Demon.
I'm gonna need a gif of that.
like the bones
Fuck
are
off,
healed,
all
but
of
at
you.
what cost?
Yeah.
I definitely
Wow.
so I definitely think you tell me, Avanti, you tell me how this works. There has to be a lasting effect somehow. There has to be something that marks that arm as having been come in contact with straight Leviathan's blood. And again, this is the stuff that they take the Leviathan, the demons of the sea. They cut chunks off of them, they render it down, and that's where the electroplasm is made that runs everything in this city. And so straight Leviathan's blood is extremely rare to come by and extremely toxic for people. People get sick from working on the things and stuff. So what is the effect?
Really quick, I have to step in for just a second because we just had a couple raids, and I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to reset a little bit and just explain what the shit just happened.
This is like,
Welcome,
we're gonna make
everybody.
It so Avanti just doesn't react like to anything
Hi,
strange
team.
ever. Just like we're just.
Hello, everyone.
Avanti just really trusts Perdita.
Yeah, for the raiders that just came in, we are doing a downtime section in Blades in the Dark. One player character is healing and I'll use that word very loosely,
Boy, is it loose.
healing
Experimental
another
medicine.
player character with the other player character's full permission. They have now used Leviathan blood, which is a rare reagent to heal a wound in the arm. And so we're discussing what lasting effect is this
How bad this is
actually
gonna
going
be.
to have on.
We also need to qualify, since we're gonna just shade all of the fact that I'm trying to heal this motherfucker, that he ingested all of the herbs that I gave him.
This is true.
Which is insane. So
Yes.
like, he should be dead right now. He's not dead. I'm not gonna take some half-assed measure with like some kitchen tools.
We've all watched
to
Breaking
reset
Bad.
his
No half
arm.
measures, Walter. No half measures.
The good.
So I saved his fucking arm, okay?
Whatever
Like, yeah,
helps you
maybe
not
it's
sleep at
weird.
night.
Could
Whatever
get a new
helps you
eye.
not sleep at
Could get a new
night.
eye, Who knows?
Oh my gosh.
All right. So Josh,
Yeah.
you want to think about it?
I think the initial reaction would probably be like that. That blood just like begins to pump through my veins, and the whole like, every vein in his body just turns like black and corrosive looking. That like pale green sheen sort of like forming in his flesh. And actually, Nathan, this actually could be cool for my character, because
For all this.
Thank you.
Yes.
You know-
Yes.
you know my fear, Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
And I am now somewhat tied to a creature that is sort of an embodiment of that.
Yep.
Nice.
So maybe the first reaction to it is just like that immediate feeling of drowning.
Mhm.
Can't catch a breath. Like he just like goes down on his knees. He's like gasping for like air that doesn't feel like it's filling his lungs. Maybe like just for fucking visuals, like water is gushing out of his ears and his nose and his mouth. But it's like that black ichor of the blood
Yeah.
that's pouring from it.
Incredible.
As he has like this reaction to it. But in his head, it's just like salt water just pouring from his mouth. This is bitter, acrid taste.
I think when you do that, you go back to your room. Perdita does what she does. You go back to your room as, probably Dr. Perdita says, "Hey, go lay down, rest." You go back there, and about the time you go back to your room, that's when it hits you. That's when the waves the waves literally crash you. You find yourself down on the ground. You've thrown up something, probably what feels like water or something, that inky black water that you look out on and see at night.
Right.
And that's when you pass out. When you wake up in the morning, that the waves, you almost wake up to the sound of waves in your ears. And that's what snaps your eyes open. And as you snap your eyes open, you look over at the place in your room where you'd gotten sick, where that water was.
Mhm.
And there's a bone dice sitting with 6 pips straight up. And the lines that run through the die, because looks like it's made from Leviathan bone. There is a purple black coloration striation through the die, and it is pumping the same as your heart. That pump, 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 pump.
Sort of like, get down on my hands and knees, like that sickly crawl
Mm-hmm.
towards it, and sort of like pull this die up, like, with like the fingers are all blackened from the ichor, and holding it and feeling it pulsing my fingers, and like getting flashes of maybe like a large yellow eye or something, like
Mhm.
like deep in the, like a creature of the deep or a deep old one or something like that. It just
Yep.
keeps flashing in his head as he sort of like grows pale, and probably just like passes out on the floor at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you put the die like somewhere up on a cabinet or in your pocket or somewhere where you know where it was, and your eyes really can't stop staring at it as you fall asleep to that slow pumping of the heart of your heartbeat and the striations within the die. Okay. Who's next? So mechanically, again, move your 2 down to a 1. Your 1 goes away. You have another in your healing clock for when you want to do the next time. All right, and then we go from Avanti to Teddy. Teddy, yes.
Indeed. So we got some stress reduction that needs to happen big time.
Okay.
And just to switch things up, he because his vice is faith.
Mhm.
And he typically will take Ollie for the uninitiated, because Teddy is the Hound playbook, and Teddy has a beautiful yellow Australian Shepherd, and he's a badass. So just so you know, and he'll take him out, and there's in the city there is a small like chapel that's right next to a I forgot the name of the sport now because we just went.
Roof ball? Roof?
Yep.
Roof ball,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's trying to think of the what batting cages would be essentially. Even though roof ball is like probably totally illegal. Here's a fun one. It's in the basement of the chapel.
Okay.
And he will by himself, him and Ollie, and they'll just play and sort of have one, like you talk to dogs and you have entire conversations and they're just like they love you so much they just listen. That's essentially the rib of the situation.
All right. So we're going to do stress reduction, which is going to be your lowest resist for pips. I don't know which it is, but go ahead and hit that.
Yeah, I don't pips in any of them, so it's fine.
Okay.
Just one dice.
So you're going to either hit resolve, insight, or prowess. Which one do you have the least number of pips
They're
going
all
along?
zero. You mean pips in the other things?
There you
Sorry.
go. Not flags.
Oh, okay.
Pips
Got it.
along the left-hand
Resolve.
side there. Yeah, resolve.
Resolve.
Okay, so you're going to do a resolve roll. 3. Okay, so reduction is 3.
That's not too bad.
And then how many do you have more? How many more? Dadgummit. How much stress do you have?
5.
5. Okay, so that's not bad. So you don't want to push it on him and overindulge or anything.
I mean, maybe. Because I would overindulge on a 6, right?
Yes.
I feel like I've got the math is on my side here, Nate.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You.
Can I roll again?
Yeah, roll again.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll again.
Spin a coin, roll again.
Yeah.
If you get less than the 3, you just take the 3.
Yeah, that's why not. 4.
All
See,
right.
that was a good
So one
move.
more. All right. So now you're down to 1 stress.
I'm sorry to interject here.
Yeah.
Would it have made more sense for him just to spend a coin to do another downtime action to reduce stress?
I guess either way. The thing is, so if he does it, if he spends another, so he would be 3. He'd be what, 2 stress. Then if you spend another downtime action to reduce stress, he has a 2/3 likelihood
Yeah,
of
I'm
overindulging.
I'm definitely overindulging at that.
Because
point,
if you hit a number above what you have for stress, you
Uh-huh.
overindulge.
sure.
So
Right.
so if he's at 2 and he rolls a d6, he's got like a 3, 4, 5, 6 that can all hit. I mean, is my math wrong?
I'm cool with the way.
I think my thought was, you had how many stress to begin with?
He had 5.
A 9 and then 5.
You had 9, right?
Yeah,
So-
I'm sorry,
so-
9 and then 6 actually, and now 2.
Okay.
Manageable. That's a manageable amount of stress.
I thought you were just
fun.
re-rolling the die as opposed
Oh, I
to-
got you. Yeah. No. Yeah, I got you. But you can also use a coin to get another downtime action.
I got you.
So
My bad.
Gotcha.
no. I
I
didn't.
didn't say
Hey,
you.
No, that's a
Hey,
good question.
yeah. Again,
Sometimes this game has rules we just don't understand.
We
Yeah,
just don't know.
yeah,
We just
yeah.
never use them. And I think there's classic sort of like, you've been so good, yes, you have been so good. Oh. But sort of near the end, he's just like looking at Ollie. We're getting close. I don't want to be close. I want to earn my win. Because once she's gone, what else is there? I don't want to delay it or anything like that. I don't really care what she thinks. But she's going to fucking die. Do you think she knows that? She toyed with me at the prison. I would have done the same thing. I sort of respected it in a way. Wish. Maybe we can have Choir bring them back and we can do it again. Endless plaything. He just grins.
Ollie is sitting there with you, and I think as you're kind of lost in thought, Ollie trots over to one of the benches that sit there, and there's a little bag. Is kind of sniffing at him, and then paws at it. And when Ollie does, the bag falls over and kind of tips over toward the ground, and out comes spilling casings, sniper casings, just one after the other. Neither here nor there.
He just kicks it.
Yeah. All right.
What is that supposed to do exactly?
Anna, your second downtime action.
I was thinking that she and Lavender would do a de-stress.
Okay. And what is that? What does the good doctor do to de-stress?
Good question. Onin.
I'm almost afraid to ask this.
She's already
I know,
smiling, so I know this is going to be something interesting.
That was not good. I had already figured it out prior to what happened
Sure.
with Monty, and
Uh-huh.
so it just got worse.
I love it.
The de-stress was going to be the processing of the corpse that Choir gave us.
Okay.
That's all. It's just that's it. Processing a corpse.
Where's this done at?
Kitchen floor.
In your
So
apartment?
gross. Yeah.
So
I mean,
Skurlock can give you access to things
Okay.
like a lab, a decently set up lab somewhere if you would like to do that. I mean, you
would
tell
do
me
that,
character
yeah.
wise what if it makes. Again, I'm going to give you the option, but you choose where you want it to happen. But Skurlock has that capability all across the city.
We would definitely pick a lab space if we have one
Mhm.
available to us.
I think he was even able to grab some of your lab tools from Charter Hall and bring them here for this. So this is he kind of set it up as your place and made you aware that this is yours. No one else is going to come in here when you're messing with it. So this is kind of like your spot. Okay. So let's
good.
let's roll. How much stress does Perdita have now? Oh, you have 0.
She should
I have
0
none
now.
because I took the
the
trauma
trauma.
stuff. Okay, well I guess I didn't really need to do that.
So do you have any harms?
Yes.
So why don't we do the same thing and call it healing?
Sure.
Just take
That's
some
cool.
Leviathan's blood while you're at it.
So, listen, jackass, before you went and hid in your room and you had yourself a little like session where you were all like feeling bad about yourself and bullshit, Perdita was gonna be like, just like show you part of her leg or something where like her veins looked the same and then like you could bond over this like mutual trauma bullshit.
You did
You
have
had
this
to
figured
go
out.
like, yeah, I thought about it. What's up?
I'm sorry that I had a negative reaction and, drew my guts out and, had a connection to an ancient evil deity.
Yes, but we
As
could
you
have
do.
both had a connection to an ancient evil deity, and we could have shared that together.
We could have had it
Bond,
together.
bond,
Together.
just bond. Yeah.
Sharing is caring when it comes to Cthulhu. Come on
This,
now.
this was supposed to be like
Right.
a bonding
Us,
activity.
it's supposed to be an us thing.
It's an us
not a
thing.
your thing.
Wine, dine, worship an ancient evil god. You know.
Just
Sounds like a
another,
perfect night.
just another
Right.
Just a
Thursday.
Friday night. Yeah, just a Friday night. All right, so roll
Which,
2d6 for the healing.
Incredible.
which flavor of terror do you want tonight? Which flavor of supernatural terror?
I know, right? All right.
You said just 2d6 for healing.
2d6, yep, for healing, and then we'll take the top. No, well, 5. Okay, so a 5 is 2 sections. So your healing clock, your progress clock, you can fill up 2 sections. If you would
Okay.
like to spend a coin, you can either do this again or to upgrade it to 3 sections.
Nah.
I wouldn't do that though. So RP wise, after you're done with your processing, what do you do? What do you and Lavender do?
Lavender and I would definitely be like, kind of catching up, I guess.
Mhm.
Lavender telling her about what happened when everything went down,
Yep.
I guess.
Do you all have a spot?
This would be like while we're processing the body.
Okay. So when you're done processing and you all cleaned up and you're like, all right, it's time to go home. As you go out of the building, and it's a basement in Night Market somewhere, you kind of go up the stairs. There's people walking by and people passing here and there. Someone, a tall, looks will be a masculine figure, is walking by and with an older looking dress about them. And they stop and look at Lavender, go, such a precocious little one. And the voice is haunting, honestly. They stand there for a second, then they look up at you, Perdita, and it is the face of the guard that Kintakar, the demon of wind, took so long ago. And around their neck is a snake. And he holds out his hand toward Lavender and says, I believe this one is yours.
Thank you for returning her.
We had something to exchange, and I wanted to offer my gift first.
And what are you expecting from me?
What was promised to me? You called, I answered. Do you remember the words you spoke?
Perdita would rack her brain. Hannah, out of character,
Yeah.
has no idea what Hannah said.
You we
Perdita
basically
would totally remember.
yeah, it was soul. In exchange for getting back Lavender, not hurting Lavender, not hurting your compatriots, not hurting you. And he says, Kintakar looks and says, I believe our exchange was a soul for my assistance.
And you wanting to take possession now, or is this just a wait and see, lay away kind of thing?
No, I'll take possession now.
Perdita would send Lavender off
Okay.
back to Avanti,
Mhm.
and then would just say, okay.
I think he kind of ushers you down into the room where you all were.
Mhm.
And steps up and says, what if I told you what you sought was already here? Would you believe me?
Probably.
The ancient ones you seek just extensions of powers that I and my kind already have. You have a history with the Warden, correct?
Yes.
He and I don't get along very well. Ancient grudges, of course.
Shocking.
My sister and I have a better relationship, but something happened to her a little while back. I work even now to bring her back.
Okay.
But now, the soul. I do so apologize about this, but a deal's a deal.
I don't begrudge you that.
He holds out his hand like this to you, as if asking for your hand in his.
She'll do it.
Okay. As she does it, there is an exchange. There's a pull from inside you. This is where we're going to call back to what happened on the train. As if we back in time, there was a soul that was siphoned from the hull into Dr. Glimmerdusk. And we never said what that soul or who that soul was, what it was. And I think as the soul gets pulled, you do feel a little drained, but you realize it's not you, it's not your soul that's being pulled out. It is this soul that's being pulled out. And the words you hear on the wind are, "My dear Lavender," in your father's voice. And then the soul gets absorbed into Kentakar. And he says, "If you want more power, we can discuss an arrangement."
Be amenable to that conversation.
Inquire about one within your group who has already sought that help in the past.
Okay.
And he kind of bows his head, slowly steps back, and turns and leaves.
All right.
Okay. Lynn? What's your second downtime action?
I think Fire's going to train
Okay. What is choir training in?
prowess.
Prowess. Okay. How are you training a prowess? What are we doing?
Oh, Choir finds that goes, pays a visit to some of the underground fighting areas, fighting pits.
Okay. Yeah.
Mask over bottom part of the face, and will just, enter themselves in.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's always pits, fighting pits around the city for entertainment or just, choices, whatever people want to do to get out the rough time of the day or just to relieve some tension throughout the areas. There's absolutely pits. So you can absolutely do that. I think the one thing that strikes you on your way back, your body hurts, but it's not a pain. It's not a physical pain like what you've seen before. It's a different feeling to know that you can take hits and take punishment like this when you probably shouldn't be able to. But the one thing you'll notice is Nell was always reaching out for the spirits around them, always finding the spirits and trying to figure out what's going on. There is an acute lack of spirits surrounding you. Not that they're repulsed by you as a vampire, there's just not a lot out there right now. And you remember, I think that the Nell comes to flashing that that Roger Rendova from the Tide was setting up machines in order to suck spirits in.
Ah, yes. Unfinished business.
Exactly.
Could have had more, but he took those from us. Maybe it's time.
Time to pay him a visit.
Hmm.
Any other downtime actions?
I think that's it.
Okay. Any other downtime actions or conversations that need to be had between the group?
I'm torn. Give me a sec.
I mean, again, we can easily start one at the beginning of next session.
That's true, too.
We've got some things to think over. I think what we need to do is probably call it here. We can start next session, and we'll be going into. I'll discuss with Lynn outside the game how we set up the Roger Rendover Lieutenant, what we want to happen with that, and we'll set it up to where next time we can have any other conversation need to be followed up on, talk about a few of the items that we have changed, such as the special abilities for the group, anything like that comes up, and we'll jump back into a score next time.
Yes.
Hell
Sound
yeah.
good? All right.
So, you want to kick us off there, Nate?
Yeah. So again, thank you all for joining us tonight for our downtime session of Blades in the Dark, Blood In, Blood Out. I'm Nathan. You've been your narrator, use he, him pronouns, and just love the hell out of this group and the RP that comes about from these sessions, as well as those that happen within the score. So we absolutely love having you all here, and everybody going around and telling who they are and where you can find them. Who's
Somebody
next?
go first. You want to call somebody? Go for it.
Lynn.
Hey everyone, I'm Lynn. Gremlin art pretty much everywhere on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all those places where you can find my art and the games I'm playing throughout the week. And next time you will see me is on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Song Gapia's Fortune on Practical Bethesda 4, where I get to play someone very different. I get to play Glamour Bard, and that's always a lot of fun. And on Monday, on Girls Run These Worlds, it is a 5e game, Cosvena, where we're hunted by evil spirit. I get to play a Kalishtar cleric, which is also someone that also has more than one spirit in them and is a little very strange. So it's got a little bit of a thing going with two games. So yeah, there you go. This was so much fun.
All right. Thank you very much. Josh?
Hi, I'm Josh. You can find me on Twitter at Saverick. That's all I got going on.
Thank you.
For now.
That is
And-
true for now. So
And Hannah?
I'm Hannah. You can find me on Twitter at Stop That Old Woman. I don't have anything getting published right now.
Working on a bunch of secret stuff, I bet.
Yeah, sorry, NDA life.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I am.
Cool.
I come here for this because
Yeah,
this
you
is
do.
the only place I get to cut open bodies.
PCs and NPCs. All right. And last, our beloved host.
Oh my lord. Hi everybody. Jacob Plick, Dual King Jacob here on the internet, of course. I am everywhere. So you can find me Dual King Jacob on Twitter and Instagram. The Amphitheater, of course, is my home away from home. Taking next Wednesday off from Duval's Gaming Journey, but of course Taldore Fields of Wonder starts next Tuesday on the 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's going to be really exciting. Somebody named Maddie made some sort of opener about that. It's really good. Can't wait to show you and all the characters and stuff. And a bunch of other stuff. Tomorrow is a big day, specifically. Tomorrow over on Scry Society's Twitch channel, I'm going to be on a panel about what is roleplay anyway. It's going to be super, super awesome. I'm really excited about that. That's at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, from about 6 o'clock to about 8 o'clock. And then you can jump over to Carrion Comfort Studios, where we play Fables. Once the Future, episode 4 goes live at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and it's my favorite of the 4 so far, just so you know. It might have something to do with my involvement in my amazing character, Buffkin, who's awesome. So you should check it out and find out. And then, of course, Sunday, episode 40 of Duval and Dragons, which is pretty wild. New player, great, amazing cast. So definitely come and hang out before you come back here next Tuesday. And there's always a bunch of other stuff. But Nate, anything from you before we get into our usual?
Nope. I got nothing.
But follow me on Twitter, damn it, or I'll find you. But as per usual, as always, when we are closing out a wonderful game or whatever we're doing on the Empathy, we'd like to remind you of a few following truths that Black Lives Matter, stop AAPI hate, trans rights are motherfucking human rights. If you don't have a uterus, you don't get to tell people with uteruses what to do with theirs. So shut the fuck up. None of your goddamn business. And if and when you have the opportunity, you should make sure, or to use a Bioshock reference, would you so kindly choose love? Lastly, and certainly not leastly, Hannah, take us home. What's going on?
First of all, some of us just don't choose love because we aren't that kind of people. But secondly, like, fuck Florida. I'm gonna go with obviously not
me, but everybody
personally,
else.
But your governor, like
governor
Top
sucks.
Gov, what the fuck was that?
He's so weird.
And yeah, he's
He's
such a
gross.
fucking weirdo.
Fuck Robert
And
Simmons.
fuck $10,000. Like $10,000 doesn't cut a dent in what people need. And like I get it was like a gesture, but they've already eroded so many rights over the past 5 years. Like $10,000 is like this pittance that doesn't even come close to doing anything for the damage that's been done to us socially, culturally, economically. So fuck that bullshit. Fuck Vladimir Putin. Still fucking hate that guy. And last but not least, fuck people on the Twitter and Twitch communities that create problems for the lovely content creators that entertain us and that uplift us and that are part of our lives. So if you're a troll that goes after these people, fuck you.
Yeah. There we go. We love our Hannah moment. I gotta figure out a name for it for sure, but we're gonna go with the Hannah moment is, I think, the way I'm gonna call it for now. So before we get out of here, you of course aren't going to bed right now, right? You gotta hang out. Oh, I said the wrong thing because I had my raid set up and ready to go, y'all. Like I was so proud of myself. We're gonna go hang out with our friends over on the GR crew. I think they're doing a charity stream over there. So drop some chaos over there and hang out with Rafiki and Fam and whoever else is over there, and drop a Duval in there or something, or yell about Blade of the Dark downtime never being downtime because we did a lot of shit today. So as always, thank you all so much for being here. We'll see you very, very soon. Goodbye. Say way bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.